Hey there, welcome to Cartooning with Paul. Today, we're going to learn how to draw Jack Jack from The Incredibles. So come on, let's get started. Okay, so due to some technical malfunctions, I'm going to redo this video on how to draw Jack Jack. While pulling it in to do some editing, I saw that the video was only 6 seconds long. So here we go with attempt number 2 at how to draw Jack Jack. Okay, so with Jack Jack, we're going to do him in a sitting pose. So while sitting down, he's 2 heads tall. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw in a circle. And because he is mostly head anyway, we're going to draw him nice and big on the paper. Okay, so I'm going to do this, and we're going to have him sitting down. I've got a nice image that I took off of an image search, so we're going to use that as reference. And his head cuts into that circle like so. Okay, now we've got this action line, or inaction, really, as he's just sitting. Let's see. Roughly. That's his body there. But he's wearing this big onesie feety PJs ensemble. So it's nice and baggy, it's loose fitting. And let's give him just the pose right now. So we're going to draw out one arm like so, one like this. Okay, this is how I rough poses in a pinch here. I'll break it down a little more when we get into more detail, but I'm just kind of giving it a basic quick sketch on how I want everything posed. His feet are only about this big. Okay, and his other leg, kind of like this, and we'll use some foreshortening technique, and here's his other foot like so. Okay, you'll see that it's nice and loose. Everything is drawn in with multiple lines just to give it the form. And now let's jump into the head. So let's see. So we've got the vertical axis here. Horizontal will go right about here. Okay, I'm going to turn it like this so that we can get a better view here. So the nose is about that big, and now that I have that in, I'll know where to put those eyes. Jack has these great big eyes. Let's see, like this and like this. That's better. That's what I needed to do. I'm going to show you how to draw him. I should show you how to draw him the right way, right? Okay. So we've got these great big eyes, because in cartooning, we like to push and exaggerate details so that you can more easily read what it is this character is all about. With babies, we give them bigger heads, right? We give them great big ears, big hands, big feet, short squatty legs, squatty arms, and a squatty little body here. Okay, so we've got those great big eyes, and from here I'll just draw in that mask shape, and it has to follow the shape of the eye. Okay, the eye goes like this, so does the mask. And we've got this up here like this. follow this line down like this. And now let's give some definition to the shape of the eye on the bottom. Jack Jack is a very expressive character, and these eyes tell exactly what he's thinking and feeling, right? So here, follow that shape like so. But in this image I'm using for reference, he's squinting ever so slightly in the bottom corner of one of those eyes. He's thinking of something, and they're pushing that. So we're going to follow that, but we're not going to do this because the mask needs to retain some of the shape. So we'll bring it in as close as we can without it looking too obvious. Just like so. Okay. Now his nose, it's an oval, right? But we cut into the nose to give those nostrils like this. And just keep that nose small and baby-like. Now let's draw in that mouth. With Jack Jack, because he doesn't have any teeth, his upper lip kind of curls in a little bit on the inside of his mouth. So let's give him a crooked little smile. Like so. Give him his little laugh lines here. That one will do a little smaller than this side. And now because we drew this in a little bigger, we're going to emphasize this side of his mouth. So the bottom part of his mouth, we're going to pull in to this side, just like that. Give him a hint of a tongue here, just like so. And let me shade that in a little, so it's more readable. I kind of like that I'm shading, so I'm going to shade in the mask while I'm at it. Just lightly. You want to shade yours in darker? You be my guest. Pause the video because you're going to need some time to shade that in evenly. Okay. So now that we've got that in, let's define some of this face. Alright, so we've got a chin. And then we give him some rounded jaw and cheek shape, like so. And then it goes down into the neck like that. His ears, the top of his ear comes out at that horizontal access line right there. And instead of it being a round circle, we're going to give it a bit of a diamond shape. Like that. This is a very stylized group of characters for these films. Just like this. And you want to make sure that the ears are nice and big, because with babies, at least with cartooning, we want to push the size of those ears. Like I said, big eyes, big ears, big hands and feet, small everything else. Okay, so let me define his head shape a little bit better. And now let's give him those hairs. And if you're looking to see how tall to make that spike of hair, it's about half of the height of his head. So it actually stops right up here. You don't want to go too crazy. Okay. Now let's give him those eyes. Like that. All right, now let's go into the body. So we're going to give him a little collar for his pajamas. All right. And now, like I said before, we're going to want to really push that these are baby's onesie PJs. So they're very, very loose fitting on the body. And feel free to throw in the creases and the extra folds. I don't think you can go too far with that. So have fun with designing those pajamas. I'm just going to give him the soles of his feet like this. Okay. All right. Now this one. Let's push that. This is the, yeah. All right. Probably would have done better that way. Good. All right. I like how that's looking so far. All right. I'll just draw in his seat like this. Just like that. Now with his sleeves, like so, and we'll give him those ringer cuffs to his sleeves like that. And now let's get into how you draw the hands. So we've got an outstretched palm, but it's a baby, right? So we want to keep it round. So what I do when I first draw in, you might notice the shape here. When I first draw in hands, really roughly, I'll draw in what looks like a mitten that you wear when you're playing in the snow. And then from there, I'll break it down. So we've got the meaty part of your thumb, and then just a short little thumb, just like that. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go too overly detailed with this because we don't want this to be a 2-hour tutorial. So with cartooning, and these guys follow the same principles because Pixar's the best. So the pinky finger usually points up just a little bit at the tip. And then the middle fingers will kind of stay behind a little bit. All right, so that's one hand. Now let's dive into the other. Now with his other hand, let's draw it a little differently. So we'll worry about the arm in a minute. So with this hand, again, it's shaped like a mitten at first, right? But I'm going to want to give it a very different pose. You don't want everything symmetrical, right? So we're going to change it up a little bit on this side. Okay, so we have that. And then we'll have his pointer finger like this. But now let's kind of bend the fingers up a little bit. Like I said before, I'm using a drawing for reference, so it's not like I'm making this drawing pose up. Let's see if I can just kind of break it down for you. Make it make a little sense. Like so. Kind of an ugly looking hand. Oh. Sometimes you can overthink it. So here, I'm not going to change the lesson. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. All right, so I can still see the lines. You may be able to as well. So one finger, you get another finger, and then the other finger's kind of bend in a little bit. Okay, that's better. Okay, just like that. And we've got the ringer cuff to his pajamas. And then we already have the basic shape of where we want the arm. So now we can kind of just throw in that nice baggy pajama arm. As long as you don't cut into the arm shape itself, you can always make the clothes a little bulkier. Just as long as it makes sense to what they're wearing. Okay. All right. Hopefully, this drawing at regular speed. That would be helpful. All right. Guys, if you're looking for more videos on how to draw Pixar characters, I've got a Buzz Lightyear one right up here for you. Also, stay tuned because we'll be drawing Woody, we'll be drawing some more Lion King coming up, and we're going to have some fun this summer. So guys, keep drawing, and we'll see you later.